This is Zert, one of the best Forsaken players out there.
1,000 Robux if you kill this noob right now.
Oh shit, bet.
No, I'm not talking rhetorically. He is quite literally one of the top killer players in the competitive Forsaken scene. With a high reputation and notable accomplishments, he is a true force that no one would dare to reckon with. And now, I'm about to push him to his absolute limits. You see, with the power of money, you can practically make anybody do anything. Which is why, to test how good he is, every single round Zert wins, he will earn 1,000 Robux. How much can he make before he has stopped? We're about to find out. But you may be wondering why there's only 4 players and they're all playing a survivalist. That's because every single round that Zert wins, the game becomes incrementally more difficult for him. Soon, they'll unlock sentinels, supports, and then my mystery twists that'll show up later down the line. As right now, obviously, he's not struggling at all. Although, what would happen if we add 2 more players? Nothing, really. He still instantly wins without any pushback. So let's actually start making things interesting by giving them their first sentinel.
And the first new character you get to unlock is none other than Chance! Yay!
Everyone's got Chance.
They all went Chance. Every single one of them.
Yet, even with the power of being able to stun, it's still not enough. One Chance gets caught early game, and the round is already snowballing. There is no way to reel back from this catastrophic excuse of a plan. And now, with Zert already having earned 4,000 Robux, he's never been in a better position. But all of that is about to change. It's round 5, which means something very special happens. Introducing the challenge wheel. The challenge wheel.
Okay, we're gonna spin this wheel and we're gonna see what happens here. Only one survivor. Okay, to be fair, that's what you guys are already doing.
Alright, so I should explain a bit more about what's going on here. As you can see, this is the challenge wheel. Every 5 rounds, it is spun, impacting the trajectory of the next game severely. For example, Chondo on Planet Voss essentially means no way to trap, guaranteeing loss. Other effects, not nearly as bad. Fortunate for Zert, they all have to go Dusakar. While Dusakar isn't a bad survivor by any means, having 6 of them really doesn't benefit the team that much. Still, if they can lock in, they could win this very early. Nah, it's still not even close. That's 5,000 Robux now. But there's a very specific reason why it's not close. You see how the past few rounds have all just been Slasher on Planet Voss? Well, as it stands currently, Zert is able to pick the killer and map he plays on. Because there's no real threatening survivors, Slasher is unstoppable on Planet Voss with no good areas to loop either. But before trying that strategy again, perhaps he should reconsider.
Everyone say with me. Shedletsky! Not too tight.
Now that they have Shedletsky to their disposal, Zert cannot keep abusing this same shitty combo over and over. Because not only is it just outright overpowered, but it's also boring. Now we're not being such a coward anymore. Instead of guaranteed kills, it's more like 50-50s. Like that. I mean, that's 1x gameplay summarized, right? Every projectile you throw out is technically a 50-50 to see which way your target will go. Ah, he's already won again. And honestly, this win streak was seemingly not fading away. Even with every single sentinel now fully unlocked, that seemed not to change the fate of these survivors, nor my wallet. But on round 8, it seemed like Zert was already losing some of his composure.
Dude, what?
1 minute left on the clock, the survivors have made solid effort keeping this 2-time alive as Zert targets them the entire game. But here comes the Hail Mary 50-50. Oh my god. Yep, of course he gets it, because why wouldn't he? And it's kind of funny, because you'd think one survivor dying wouldn't be a big deal, but for a matchup like Zert's, it's the killing blow, leading to a whole snowball as every single other survivor gets picked off. But on round 9, Zert makes a very interesting decision. Cool Kid on Planet Voss. Cool Kid doesn't exactly outperform. If anything, it's a simple all-rounder. Moreover, very counterable. Remember, all these survivors have have to do is score one single victory to win. Zert cannot have a single loss if he wants to keep making money. That's all it takes. One unlucky chase, one unlucky set of events, one small error that spirals into his undoing. Fortunately for the survivors, it doesn't take long for that to unravel itself. Now, you may be wondering, how is this a loss? He's clearly killing every single survivor on the board with ease. Well, let this last man standing speak for itself. And just like that, it's over for Zert. His luck ran dry. He made too many mistakes in the chase. Finesse. Perhaps he never truly was that good at the game. And luckily for me, I don't have to spend that much money. Hey, wait a second. No way he's actually gaining distance.
Fuck you. I do not lose this!
Please! Dude, I should have sliced skins.
Well, that is the nature of the game. There will be no early victories for this team, I'm afraid. Hey, it's round 10 again. Let's spin that wheel.
No!
Alright, guys. Alright, this one needs a quick recap. Okay, so basically, you have a single Elliot who is the VIP. All the other survivors all have a constant resistance effect. The killer's only win condition is killing the Elliot. Make sense? Makes sense. And the Elliot is already almost dead. Actually, scratch that. Not even 30 seconds later and they're dead. Yeah, this game mode is gonna need some fine-tuning. That was just completely unfair to the survivor team. Regardless, Zert has totaled out 10,000 Robux now. Amazing! But hey, do you want to participate in future videos? Or simply just talk to me? Or maybe you just need a little yap sesh? No? Well, I don't care! I have just opened a Discord server which will be linked in the description. I told myself a million times over I wouldn't do this, but I finally caved in. To those who have been asking, hope you're happy. Okay, back on track. To recap, the survivors now have access to every single survivor. However, to offset this, they cannot pick the same survivor as each other. And to be honest, the survivors aren't doing overwhelmingly bad. Actually, they're doing pretty great.
Oh. Dude, no way.
Wow. Yeah, I'd be upset too. And with this absolutely abysmal last man standing with the Shadletsky, something clearly needs to change. A power that Zert has been holding on to for the entire time, which is probably more of a crutch than anything. That power is none other than...
It's over, bruh! It's over! Oh, hell no!
So you may be wondering why he's freaking out. That's because he just lost his power to choose the map he plays on. Not only that, but the map he got assigned to randomly is none other than Yorick's resting place. A map infamous for being known as one of the most survivor-side maps in the game. And now, Zert has to win on it.
What the fuck, am I just fat? Should be a dead Elliot on my plate. Yep.
Yet, despite everything, one out-of-place Elliot is all it takes to snowball and win the game. Unless he misses his gashing wound like that on the last man stand and the behead! Either way, it does not change a single thing. A show of how powerful Slasher is, or a show of how good Zert is at the game. You be the judge of that. Doesn't matter either way because Zert just got 1,000 Robux richer. But don't think this means things are much easier for Zert as I'm about to bring out the Wheel of Fortune. That's right, the Wheel of Fortune is spun for every single odd generator completed. Now there's this bright list of random effects to roll into. Hey, speaking of which, check this out.
Am I helpless?
Or how about...
I got you, Edo, I got you, I got you, twin.
You might actually hit me.
Jeffrey alone. Look at my God.
You know what? All things considered, they actually did some pretty solid damage. Who knew a firearm could be so dangerous? Now, the wheel is home to many effects, some of these being able to absolutely rock Zert's world, because how are you supposed to counter this? Okay, well, you know what? Maybe this wheel is kind of stupid. But hey, you never know. Maybe this subspaced effect screw him at the worst ever moment. Or maybe this medkit could be super useful. Okay, just ignore it then. But the end of the road is finally nigh. This time, with only 20 seconds left, any mistake will be a surefire way for Zert to lose. Like that. Or not, I guess. Whatever, we're at 14,000 now. But it's time to spin that modifier wheel. What's it gonna be? Alright! Would you like to Zert to play? looks like they decided on Noli, which is a fine choice. All things considered, Noli isn't that strong, with a clear emphasis on using your abilities. Maybe this right here is all the survivors need to finally secure their win. You know what? I'll give it to them. They got pretty close. But the moment that Elliot dies, it just becomes a snowball. No amount of wheel spinning is going to save them from that. Yet, everything is about to change in the next round. Zert is no longer allowed to pick the killer he wants to play. That's right, no spamming slasher every single round. No more staying comfortable. The wheel decides. Back to Noli, baby! Get the wrong killer on the wrong map, and it's the end of the line for Zert. And it's Planet Voss. Yeah, no, this isn't even gonna be close. And neither is this going to be riveting because it's Slasher, and after playing through dozens of Slasher rounds, yeah, it's clear they can't really rival Zert there. But finally, after so many constant wins, we get to this point, 1x. But not only 1x, 1x on Ultimate Assassin's Ground. One of 1x's weaker maps because of the constant differences in vertical movement. On top of the wheel spins constantly working against Zert, and a team no longer holding back in the slightest, it's looking rather bleak. Or not. Maybe Zert really can spin this around and make it through. With only a Chedletsky and a Builderman left, all they have to do is really loop for a minute.
Missed it. Wow, okay.
Embrace the dead sun. Change like that.
And that right there, folks, is a wrap. In total, the session took almost 3 hours. Zert won 17 rounds, meaning he made a total of 17,000 Robux. And the survivor team made absolutely nothing, because I really didn't account for their own Robux condition. But maybe next time I should incorporate Robux incentive for them to see if they actually start locking in too. Anyways, since you're at the end, subscribe, and maybe join my Discord from earlier if you're interested too. Ciao, ciao.